Recorded Books Incorporated presents an unabridged recording of Blind Descent by Nevada Barr, narrated by Barbara Rosenblatt. This work, copyrighted 1998 by Nevada Barr, is recorded by arrangement with the Dominic Abel Literary Agency. This recording is copyrighted 1998 by Recorded Books Incorporated. Lechuguilla Cave in New Mexico's Carlsbad Caverns National Park is thought to extend for more than 300 miles, only 90 of them mapped so far. Formed by acid burning away the limestone, the cave's corridors, pits, cramped wormholes, cliffs, and splendid rooms the size of football fields tangled together in a maze shrouded in the utter darkness of the underground. When a fellow ranger is injured in a caving accident, Anna Pigeon swallows her paralyzing fear of small spaces and descends into Lechuguilla to help a friend in need. And now, Blind Descent.
Chapter 1. Anna hadn't seen so much dashing about and popping in and out of doors since the French farce went out of fashion. Given the pomp and posturing surrounding her, she felt like a walk-on in Noises Off. Anna Pigeon was on the overhead team, the second wave to hit CACA, the official, if unfortunate, National Park Service abbreviation for New Mexico's Carlsbad Caverns, home to two of the most famous caves in the world. The original cave, known and exploited since the late 1800s, and Lechuguilla, discovered in the 1980s and yet to be fully explored. Though Carlsbad was less than an hour's drive from Guadalupe Mountains, where Anna had worked some years back, she'd been down in the cave only once. The parts of Carlsbad open to the public were highly developed: paved paths, theatrical lighting, named formations, benches to sit on while changing film. At the bottom, some 750 feet underground, there was a snack bar and souvenir shop. When hot dogs and rubber stalactites had been brought into this pristine heart of the earth, their ubiquitous companions came as well: rats, cockroaches, and raccoons. It could be argued that the open areas of the caverns felt as much like a Disney creation as Space Mountain. There were no dangerous mazes, no precipitous heights, no tight squeezes. Still, it was a cave, and so Anna had passed on repeat trips. Given the inevitable nature of things, she would spend much of eternity underground. No sense rushing on down before the Grim Reaper called for her. Her love of bats might have overcome her fear of enclosed spaces, but if one waited, the splendid little creatures were good enough to come out and be enjoyed in less Stygian realms. This December, she had been sent to CACA from her home park in Mesa Verde, Colorado. Trained teams consisting of park rangers from all over the region responded to catastrophes that ranged from hurricanes to presidential visits. This time, it was the injury of a caver. Had the caver been hurt in Carlsbad Cavern, extrication would have been simple: pop her in a wheelchair, roll her down to the snack bar, and onto the elevator. She'd have been home before her mother knew she was missing. But this caver had been injured in Lechuguilla. The cave was on National Park Service lands near CACA's headquarters. Lechuguilla was closed to the general public for the protection of both the cave and the visitors. Nearly 90 miles of the cave had been explored, but it would be many years before it was fully mapped. Lech was a monster, man-eating cave, dangerous to get into and harder to get out of. 2 days into Lechuguilla, a member of the survey team had been hurt in an accident. Not surprisingly, there'd been a contingent of experienced cavers at Carlsbad at the time, a small but dedicated group given to squeezing themselves into dark holes, and living to write home about it. Before Anna and her teammates had descended on the park, the cavers had begun doing what they did best, getting one of their own back. Procedures in place from the last well-publicized rescue from Lechuguilla in 1991. The NPS had mobilized in record time. Within 4 hours of the report, Anna had been on a plane to El Paso. By the time she reached Carlsbad, more than 24 others from the southwestern region had arrived. With the overhead team came the inevitable porta-johns, food trucks, and power struggles. On duty less than 3 hours, Anna was happy to sit out the political squabbles in Oscar Iverson's snug little office. There, far from the madding crowd, she manned the phones in her official capacity as information officer, doling out approved statements to a press already panting for another media glut like that generated by the baby Jessica case in Texas.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.